In today's video, I'm going to be telling you a few different ways that you can start making a little bit of extra money using AI. AI has evolved so much since the time that it started becoming more mainstream about a year ago that within the next 2 to 3 years, it's going to be insane. And all of the early adopters, they're going to be the first ones finding success, and they're also going to be the first ones finding out new features. So the first thing that we're going to talk about when it comes to making money with AI is going to be implementing AI into your e-commerce or your dropshipping store. Now, when it comes to dropshipping and e-commerce, AI can help you with pretty much everything. And one of the most efficient ways to use this and implement it into your store is right from the beginning by actually creating your store using AI. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, but I already have a store created. I already have my own store. I want to start implementing AI into that. And that's perfectly fine. We'll go over that in a little bit. But AI store creation, it's actually a pretty easy way for you to start testing out different stores, different niches, and different products, or just overall different strategies. We all know that creating a store is something that can take a few hours to a few days to even a few weeks, depending on how good you are at actually making these stores. So having the ability to create an entire store using AI based on the niche that you're specifying is absolutely huge, and it helps save you so much time that could be better invested somewhere else, like let's say product research. So how do we get started creating our AI dropshipping store? Well, this is pretty simple. The first thing that you're going to need to do is become a member of the AutoDS family. Now, if you're not a member just yet, or if you've been thinking about joining but you're on the fence, then right now is the time to get started, because you could get started for just $1 for the next 2 weeks. In those 2 weeks, you got to grind it out and start uploading as many products as you can, do as much product research, and start making some sales. After that, my suggestion is just invest into a yearly plan, so that way you don't have to worry about any expenses throughout the month. But of course, that's really up to you if you prefer the monthly plan for Shopify or for AutoDS, whatever it is, to each their own. But the point is, for the next 2 weeks, you got to grind it out. Now, let's go ahead and continue. So the first thing that you need to do is simply log into your account once you're ready. Now, over here, it's actually showing my store name, but for you, it's probably going to show add store. So I'm going to click that down here. Now here, we're going to go ahead and choose the Shopify store. So go ahead and do that. Now we're going to pick the middle option. The middle option is the one that says use AI to generate a pre-built Shopify store. And then we're going to choose our niche. So what niche do you want to sell? My suggestion to you is going to be to choose a niche that you actually know. If you're just starting off, if you're testing out different niches, then you can go ahead and choose whatever you want. But if you're just starting out, I suggest to go ahead and choose a niche that you already know, something that you have a bit of knowledge on, simply because it's going to make product research a lot easier for you. So in this case, I'm going to go with pets. Now let's go ahead and click next, and the store is being built for us. Now after that's done, it literally takes less than 30 seconds. You're going to go ahead and get your credentials. Now if you accidentally close this page out, that's fine. These credentials will be emailed to you, but I suggest you just take them from here so that we have them already. So let's go ahead and copy over our information. I actually opened up an incognito tab so I don't have to log into my other account. So let's paste in all our information. Now, the next thing that Shopify is going to ask you is going to be to select your plan. But check this out. You actually have 2 days as a trial. Now, I would suggest to wait these 2 days. And then after your trial is over, your completely free trial is over, then you can go ahead and choose your plan. After you choose your plan, at least as of right now, as of the time of this recording, Shopify will give you 1 month for $1. So again, this is based on the time of this recording. These promotions can change. So from here, let's go ahead and check out our store. Now we're going to click on online store over here and view our store. And here we have our pet paradise. So as you can see, the entire store is completely built for us. From the banner, the little notifications up here, all of our different tabs. It comes preloaded with winning products that are actually proven to sell, products that have been trending in the last few months. And my favorite part is this down here. This section, this is the best thing ever because it saves so much time. So it already has the About Us section done for you. It has the frequently asked questions, the contact us, and best of all, the policies. So you have your shipping policy, your return policy, and your terms and conditions. Now, I would suggest to go through all of these and just make sure everything is accurate, because some people might accept 15-day returns, others might have 30-day returns, and so on. Now, once you have your store set up and ready to go, and you're ready to start importing more products or optimizing the products that you already have, then this is when you can start to take advantage of some of AutoDS's other AI features. One of them being specifically the AI title and description optimizer. This is awesome because you can optimize your titles specifically for your selling platforms directly through the AutoDS website or the AutoDS platform. So check this out. Let's run over to our products over here, and we're gonna see all of the different products that are in our store. Now, as you can see, 10 of them were imported. So you get 10 different products when you build your store using AI. So in this case, let's just go ahead and check this one out right here. Click on more options and click on edit. So here we have our title, and then we have our description. Now, the way that this works is the AI is going to take whatever's already written on there, and then it's going to rewrite it a bit more friendly, or it's going to rewrite it based on your suggestions. So let's go ahead and optimize the title with AI. And here you can either choose to do the title, the description, or both at the same time. For this, I'm going to do the title because it's a bit easier to see. So let's go ahead and choose a tone. Do you want to make it sound professional, sellable, funny, or do you want to optimize it for something like Instagram or TikTok for social networks? Depending on how you want your store to be presented, this is going to vary. So let's go ahead and make this, let's make it a bit funny. So let's say I have a funny Instagram or a funny TikTok account that's sending people here, and I want to keep that tone. Now, as far as the temperature, we can either be a bit more creative, precise, or just a balance between the two. I'm going to go with creative, and let's do AI right. So as you can see, now it's called Tickle Your Teeth, Silky Smooth Silicone Toothbrush. Now let's switch it over and make it sound a bit more professional and choose the temperature as balanced. Now let's do regenerate. And here we have the soft silicone toothbrush for oral care. This is a lot more straightforward, so I'm going to keep this one. Now, before we continue any further, as always, I'm going to have an easy to reference cheat sheet with everything that I'm talking about in today's video outlined for you for easy reference. And if you want access to that, just go ahead and drop a comment down below with the hashtag AI and let me know what your takeaway is from this video. Now, another thing that you gain access to that's insanely helpful is what I mentioned earlier. A lot of different products that you have access to import to your dropshipping store. Now, you're gonna have a few different sections for this. So for one, just go ahead and click on the marketplace, and then you're gonna see the handpicked product section. These are not through AI, but rather these are actually all handpicked by expert dropshippers with a particular criteria in mind. Now, these aren't the ones that we're necessarily looking for just yet, but what we are looking for is going to be the trending product section. Every product on here is going to be imported through AI. So AI scours the internet, it goes through TikTok, Instagram, dropshipping stores, everything that you can think of, and it finds some of the top selling and most popular products that you can have the option to sell. Now, you can go through all of the different products on here and you're going to find a wide variety of different products. So if you just scroll through a few of them, let's go ahead and check out actually this one right here. I actually just saw one of these popsicle molds on my TikTok account a few minutes ago. And once you click into it, you have all of this information. So you have the actual ads that are running on TikTok. If there's any Facebook ads, you'll see them here as well. You have a bit more information on the product itself, like how it's doing in terms of sales, where is it selling the best, how much money can you make, and you can also go ahead and simply just import the draft to import it to your dropshipping store. All right, next up you have creating written AI generated content. So the way this works is simply by going to an AI model like ChatGPT or Gemini by Google, which is actually what I'm going to be using now. I've been using Gemini a bit more than ChatGPT lately. It's just been my personal preference. So I suggest you check out both of them and see which one you like more. But you can go ahead and run over to one of these two and ask it for any blog article. Now, the whole point behind this is going to be you going onto a marketplace, like let's say Fiverr, and offering these services. You can offer your services as a content writer, or you can offer your services as a blog writer. It's pretty much the same thing because at the end you're writing content. But in this way, what you can do is you can offer services for writing specific types of articles or just any type of article. Now, when you make these listings, my suggestion to you is going to be to offer a specific niche and then also offer a broad niche. So have multiple listings. One that's gonna have to do with, I don't know, automotive, another one that might have to do with home cooking and home goods, while another listing is gonna be for just generic anything that they need. Now, when you get an order or when you get somebody that reaches out to you and asks you for a particular type of article, then you can just run back over to Gemini or ChatGPT and you can ask it for one. All right, so what I'm asking it is simply to give me a blog article with 1,000 words, which by the way, that's also how you're going to offer some of these articles. The more words that you're offering or the more words that you're going to write for them, the more expensive the listing or the pricing is going to be. So 1,000 words about the classic Mustang between the years of 1980 and 2000. I love Mustangs, so let's see what this says. And classic 2000s, that makes me feel old. So check this out. This is already looking amazing. The only thing that we might have to do is just edit a bit of the formatting, but this is pretty good. It's already breaking it up in sections. So the Mustang's revival. A look back at the 1980s and the 1990s, the Ford Mustang, a cultural icon since its introduction in 1964, faced a significant challenge in the late 1970s. So this already started off very, very well. It's very well written so far. Then it goes on to the next sections. So the Fox body era, the 5.0 liter, which that's the car that I want. I've always wanted a GT. I'm gonna get that GT one day, but not just the GT, the GT 500, the Shelby. Love that car. And then the 1990s, a decade of refinement, and it keeps going. So as you can see, this looks like it could be about 1,000 words. Let's go ahead and check it really fast. Actually, no, let's ask it. How many words are in that article? The article is 1,000 words long. So it actually gave us an exact 1,000-word article. That's crazy. So as you can see, something like this is very easy to be able to do. And people pay for this because a lot of people don't know about Gemini by Google or ChatGPT and how it can actually do this for you. Now, I do suggest that you read it over and just make it sound a bit more you. This is something that I'm going to suggest to you regardless of anything, simply because you don't want to give them just straight up AI content because some people might be able to tell. But regardless, just reading through some of this, it actually sounds really good. And that's another reason why I like Gemini. Gemini sounds a bit better than ChatGPT in my opinion. All right, next up, you can sell AI generated images. Now, this is probably one of my favorite ways of using AI because this is really, really easy. And honestly, this is essentially passive income. So one of the best websites that you can do this at, actually, you know what? There's going to be 2 websites where you're going to be able to sell this type of product or these types of digital products. So the first one is going to be your own website on Shopify, Wix, or WooCommerce. The second one is going to be my personal favorite, which is on Etsy. And the reason I like selling these on Etsy is because a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of small business owners, and a lot of crafters shop on Etsy for these types of things. So a lot of people go on Etsy for their designs. And I'm pretty sure you've heard me talk about this before in some of the previous videos, but I've used AI generated images for print on demand. And I've even purchased some from Etsy as well. So now I'm going to show you how you can create these images so that way you can sell them on your own store on Etsy, Shopify, or whatever it is. Now for this, I like using Kittl. The design software on Kittl, the text to image software on Kittl is amazing. And I haven't found anything that's better than this. Now, I will tell you this as a quick note, you are going to need to have the Pro subscription to have high resolution images. I do not suggest you download the images with the free version because for one, they're going to have backgrounds. 2, they're going to have watermarks. And 3, they're not going to be good quality. So you're not going to be offering your customers good quality images. You're going to have the high quality images from the Pro subscription, just so you know. But this stuff pays for itself pretty quick. So check it out. Right now we're at the Kittl website. All we have to do is click on tools and AI image generator. So go ahead and start creating with Kittl. And let's run over to Etsy really fast. So just as an example, I went on Etsy and I looked up mom PNG. Now, just so you know, there's going to be a few different file types. If you're going to be selling these products, I suggest you sell them in PNG format, simply because PNGs, you can remove the background. And that's what people are going to be using when it comes to prints on demand or whatever they use these designs for the most part. JPEGs, they're always going to have a white background and that causes problems. So just looking through some of the different images, the first one that honestly stands out to me is either this monster mash, which actually has nothing to do with moms, never mind. This one right here, the Mombi. So it's like a monster mom zombie, right? Or a skeleton mom zombie. This is actually really cool. So what we can do here is we can recreate this ourselves, and we don't have to be an artist for this. We're going to be using Kittl. So take this as an example and run over to Kittl. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and click on image generator. Now we're going to tell it what we want. So let's describe what we just saw in the other image, in our reference image, in our Mombi image. So what I'm going to be asking it is for a zombie mom drinking a green drink with a pumpkin next to her and the text Mombi. Add bats around her. Now, the next thing we need to do is choose an art style. Personally, when it comes to these types of images that people are most likely going to be using for something like print on demand, I don't choose these image styles. I always go with the clip art styles. And the reason for this is because these clip art styles, they actually give you the ability to easily remove the background. Now, for here, I'm going to go ahead and choose cartoon because I want to see what it comes out with in that case. So generate image. Now, just to make sure that we don't have a background, I like to get rid of the white background here. There we go. So it didn't fully get what I wanted, but you know what? It actually works very well. It didn't add the text either, but that's okay because we can add it ourselves. So it doesn't really matter. This is really good actually. Now, really quick, you see how it has that background? All you got to do is simply click on AI background remover and voila, the background is gone. Now the next thing we need to do is really just go ahead and add the Mombi text, which is going to be really easy to do. Choose our font, maybe something creepy, something like this one maybe. I like that. And then just go ahead and change the color to something relevant. There we go. And that's pretty much it. I just added a little border on it and we're done. Now we can just simply go ahead and download this image. Always, just as a quick note, make sure that the DPI is 300. That's going to ensure that you have high quality images. Anything less than that is not going to work. Same thing goes for the width and the height. Try to keep it at a minimum of 20 inches. Well, it doesn't have to be 20 inches, but maybe 15 inches. And as far as millimeters, that's about 381 millimeters at the very least. Now, this image, all you have to do is upload it to Etsy and sell it as a digital file. You can go ahead and do this for any occasion. You can do this for Halloween, Christmas, Mother's Day, birthdays, whatever it is that you want to do, or whatever image niches you want to get into, you can go ahead and start offering these on there. Now, the last way that we're going to cover for making some money using AI is going to be kind of a mix of content writing, so the blog writing, and affiliate marketing. So the whole point behind this is going to be to create articles that tackle a problem. Articles that focus on a particular problem that somebody faces in the automotive niche or in the healthcare niche. Maybe somebody has back problems. Write an article that tackles these issues and add links throughout the blog article to a relevant product that can solve that issue. So really what you're doing is you're targeting people that have a particular problem, people that are searching for this problem on Google, and you're providing them with a solution, whether that be an affiliate link or a link to your dropshipping store. Now, the good thing about this is the fact that this is evergreen and it's something that doesn't really go out of style. When you have a problem, chances are there's going to be a lot of people that have this problem and they're going to be encountering it, whether it be now, next week, next month, or years from now. So once these pieces of content are written and those links are in there, they're going to be able to be accessed throughout the entire time that the website is up. So really, this is also another form of a type of passive income that you can create using AI. So what did you think of today's video? What did you think of this list? What do you think about using AI to make money? Are there a few different ways that you use AI? Let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear your suggestions or what you all do to make a little bit of extra money using AI, or how you yourself implement it into your business, whatever that may be. Also, remember, if you want access to the cheat sheet, all you have to do is drop a comment with the hashtag AI and let me know your takeaway from the video. Huge thank you to everyone for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. If you did make it this far and you're still watching, please make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that little bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos. My name is Mario with AutoDS. As always, I wish you the best in your dropshipping stores and success, and I'll catch you guys next time.